Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015! 2016 is probably going to be out soon, huh, Nick?
What fucking month is it? May?
Yeah.
You're right.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be soon.
It's gotta be soon.
Yeah, gotta go fast.
Did we not see a booth for it at PAX?
No, it wasn't at PAX East.
Nothing was at PAX East. What the hell was at PAX East?
PAX East kind of sucked. Like, I mean, the time was good. Like, I had fun at PAX, but not because of the event.
Yeah, no, I had the time of my life not to do with the event at all.
Yeah. The event was like they didn't have any games there. There's nothing to see.
Apparently, they're not doing 4-day passes for PAX Prime. That's shitty. I don't know why they would
really.
Do that.
Yeah.
You got to buy them individually, and there's like a cap of 4.
Ha, Kappa.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm serious, but yeah.
Are you going to PAX Prime?
I don't think so. I don't think I have the money for it this year.
Yeah,
because it's a flight, and then even if I wanted to stay with Ryan, like that's time that I'm not at home doing work or whatever.
Right? Yeah. I get you. I want to go because I've never been, but I don't know, man.
It was a cool time. I think I liked it more than East, but
yeah,
might have also been because it's far away, so maybe it seemed more exciting. I don't know.
I don't like this this skeleton you got right there. It's not a nice dude.
Not a big deal.
Yeah. I guess you can't regenerate him for a couple of turns.
With him, really.
Yeah. You get 1 damage on me, though.
I got the crap that makes the booty go brap. So
do you?
That. Yep. It's beans.
Is that like burping? Except it's brapping.
It's a butt burp, yeah.
Okay. Oh, a butt burp. So a fart. It's farting.
Yeah, it's a butt burp. It's a fart.
Oh, intriguing.
Some highbrow shit we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's magic, really, though, isn't it?
That's magic, you know?
Yeah.
I believe it's not so.
Yeah, exactly. Do you believe in magic?
Not really.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm a little bit of a skeptic,
I mean,
to be honest.
considering the couple of, games that the Wizards of the Coast has put out, it's,
cynical, skeptical, these are all things that describe my mind state.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, guys, anybody watching this, like, you're probably wondering why we haven't uploaded this for a while. There's a variety of reasons. Some of them have to do with my allergies. I've been dealing with some personal shit that's made me not able to record. Everybody's got stuff going on right now. So we're sorry we haven't put one up in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Hopefully that won't happen again. But we might, I don't know if we can really do the 2 times a week. I don't know if it's feasible these days.
It's hard to get people.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because everybody just vanishes the second Magic boots up.
Yeah.
I'm convinced now that, like, the act of playing Magic makes them go away. Like, not that they avoid it actively, but, like, it makes them do other things subconsciously.
Yeah, might be. Might be. It's hard to find a time slot that's good.
There isn't one.
Yeah, there really isn't. Everybody's always working all the time.
Yeah. They're always working for the weekends, and when they get to the weekends, they're still working for the next weekend. So it's like, there's no stopping the working. Hardly working is the other option.
They could be hardly working. It's possible.
They could be.
Yeah. Who knows?
Could be beating it all day.
They could be beating it all day, every day. It's a possibility.
Every day.
Every day. In the
Kanye.
day. Yeah. Very similar to Kanye, I'd say. I mean,
see, what I did was just
same thing.
genius, basically, what I just put together.
You really are, yeah.
Absolute genius.
I think it's become more known that I really hate Kanye West as of late. I really hate him. I hate him a whole lot. More than almost anything in the world.
He's just such a genius, Rob. You just don't understand
that's what it is. It's just I can't really comprehend.
He operates on several echelons higher than most people can comprehend.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. That's something that I just can't really, fathom.
When we talked about Kanye last time, we also, I believe, talked about George Lucas. Did we do that in the same sequence of, like, talking and not put those two things together?
No, I think we did.
We did?
Make that,
okay,
good. we made that comparison where it's like Kanye doesn't have anybody that's that's gonna say no to him.
Yeah, okay, we did do that. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, and that's his main dilemma. And that's fair. People should say no to Kanye. I'm gonna start a new hashtag
say no
trending on Twitter. Say no to Kanye.
If he approaches you with an idea, don't kickstart it, don't crowdfund it.
Nah, not even.
Just say nah.
For that matter, like if like Jay-Z comes to you with a business venture, it's probably safest to say no to Jay-Z as well.
If Dr. Dre approaches you, though, jump in.
Yeah, because you have to, as long as you remember him. Because if you have forgotten about him,
especially if it's a new type of headphones, because he's got that shit sorted out.
He's got it. he's got the beats. He's got the Dre, and he's got the beat that'll make your booty go brap.
Brap.
Yeah.
He's also got the beat Spill.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen the Spill?
No, I haven't seen the Spill. What's that?
It's a beat that's contained in like an oblong cylinder with rounded ends.
Okay.
I don't know why they call it the Spill.
Right.
But I guess because the beats come spilling out of it.
Right. Right.
Is that maybe what it is?
It could be. I mean, that's probably they're not really worrying about their beats integrity if they're just gonna let them spill all over the place.
They'll end up in the gutters all around the urban environments. They'll go down in the sewer.
Don't want any of that.
Oh, that had first strike, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It always does.
Yeah, you always forget about what that card does.
Well, I don't care is really what the answer is.
That's a fair point.
Could look under that card, but I decided not to.
Yeah, I mean that's a reasonable,
It's not a good idea for my life.
Maybe not.
That's a better idea for my life.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Alright, so now you can just open up on me. Basically just kill me this turn if you want.
I don't have the kill power to do such a thing,
You're
but
pretty close.
I'm close. I'm not quite there yet, though. Yeah, I've been drawing lands all day, every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Oh, okay.
And also, this is something that people don't know about me. Every day I'm hustling.
Oh, why are you doing that?
Just trying to live the American dream.
You do need a good degree of hustle to reach that.
You really do, yeah. Yeah, you need a lot of hustle, and you have to be doing it every day. That's like the main goal is to do it every day.
Every day.
If you're not doing it every day, then you're gonna be in some trouble. Oh my God, I drew fucking another land.
If you don't hustle every day, you might not be able to pay your bills, like your automobiles.
Yeah.
And then we can't chill.
You got to pay your automobiles, otherwise, they're gonna hit you with the insurance hike. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna hit you hard.
They're gonna hit you real hard. Yeah, it's GG. Even though I drew 9 lands in a row.
I should probably build a new deck. People tell me that a lot.
That's a good idea. I should probably do that too, but
a lot of the thinking power that I put into this game is me not wanting to spend time outside of us talking, doing anything in it at this point.
Fair. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Maybe we should do like Hearthstone when it's just me and you.
Maybe. If we could somehow talk over the Brawlhalla game that we were playing today, I would play that every day.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was really fun. I
really like that game mode is super fun.
They added the slam dunk mode, guys, for those that don't know. It's like, how do you describe it? You've got a ball, and you got 2 goals, and you run it back and forth. Like football, I guess.
2v2, yeah. I mean, it is, like the ball you use is a gridiron football-shaped football.
It's a little more cylindrical, though, like in the center, I thought. With some spikes on the sides or something. But it feels really good, and you get strategies together. You guys get really into it. That's what I did.
It's cool, yeah. It feels like a real American Gladiator type of deal.
You can't play as Gemini, though, which sucks.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they should really add that.
They've been addressing a lot of problems with the game, like, I didn't really have any problems with the game, but they've been addressing them. Adding lots of non-problems to the game, making it better.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they could just add a tennis ball launcher, I think that would be pretty much
that'd be
in heaven.
And they should really add, like, an alpaca character.
Do you ever wonder how much it hurt to get hit with a tennis ball?
I've gotten hit with a tennis ball.
No, from the launcher in American Gladiators.
Oh!
That was like a military-grade tennis ball launcher.
I would think it's not that bad.
I like to believe that it might have broken their bones if they hit him right.
I don't think it would break any bones.
I hoped it did. Because that would have made for some very exciting television.
I mean, that would if they broke a couple ribs every time they got hit with one of those. I mean, I've been hit with a handball like really hard, and it left a welt.
Right.
And that sucked. That hurt a lot, actually.
I guess I had like some surprise that as a young child, like that they would literally just pelt people with tennis balls. I didn't think that was a thing adults would do. Because in high school or in elementary school, like, that was strictly forbidden. If you throw a tennis ball as hard as you could at a fellow student, you're in trouble, mister.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Just look at Japan.
You grow up and they're like, here you go, launch him with a machine gun power. Like, what? Also, if they could have arranged it so it was sort of more like the Power Rangers versus the contestants, that would have been cool too.
Oh yeah, that'd be. Although people would fucking die. Like Power Rangers were like super strong. They could like tear off things and shit.
No, I saw the sparks that would come out of the putties when they'd hit them with their swords and shit.
There's a lot of sparks. You know, I always wondered about that. Like, where are those sparks coming from? It would happen even when they were like punching them too.
It was explosive, I guess is the easiest way to look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Or explosive action. They had a color that pretty much represented like every demographic and want that a child could have.
You know, I decided to look at some gaming news websites to see if there were some things that we could talk about.
Are there still gaming news websites that exist?
Apparently, yeah. People browse them. But there is a pedestrian riot mod for GTA 5. I'm gonna download this.
Dude, be careful. I heard they're banning accounts for mods.
What?
I don't know if it's true, but there's rumors going around. So just like, let's find out 100% before we jump into anything too hasty. It might be to do with the multiplayer or something, because they don't want people cheating to get money, but I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. They want to sell you the money, so they don't want people to mod in money.
Let's not go too far. I don't even know if it's true. They might not even be doing this. I just saw people tweeting about it, so I just want to make sure I know before I do it.
Okay. Well, either way... Oh, no! Yeah, no. In the bottom of this article, it says, warning. It looks like Rockstar are banning people who use mods from GTA Online / Rockstar Social Club, even if you're only using the mods in the single player. I haven't run into problems myself so far, however, and personally, I'm willing to give up GTA 5 Online if it means I can reap the benefits of the mod community's creativity. You may feel differently, though, so consider it carefully. Are you fucking shitting me, man?
They didn't want it to be modded. The thing is, it was modded instantly because they made all the tools for 4. And they kind of just used an upgraded engine from it, so they already had the kind of framework for it.
Yeah. That's fucking...
It's unfortunate.
Game companies who, like...
Just make a sandboxed version of it if you feel that strongly.
I miss old Rockstar, man.
That gave you cheat codes?
Well, yeah, that, and also, you know...
They had cheat codes in 4, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, they have cheat codes in 5, too, but...
Do they? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But, uh-oh. I'm hearing a sound. Whoops-a-daisy. Sorry about that. Looks like
Daisy got whoopsed.
There was a Twitch stream that I was on that hosted someone else, and...
Yeah, it makes the sound refresh when that happens.
I don't know why it does that.
Because you're not watching the stream you were anymore.
Oh, god damn it, it's regular soccer. No.
EG did the Dota?
No.
Oh.
It looks pretty cool though. Either way, there's some turn-based soccer game.
What are we talking about right now?
Some turn-based soccer game.
I don't know how we got to that.
I'm looking at the game articles and stuff.
Oh, here's one that you can comment on. So there was a thing from the NetherRealm Studios the other day. I don't know if you saw me tweeting about that.
Yeah, I heard.
So they issued a 15 gigabyte patch. It was closer to 16 actually. It was 15.8. And what it did was erase your save.
Yeah.
So then they issued another 15, actually closer to 16, it was 15.8 gigabyte patch that undid the last patch, but didn't actually restore your save. So if you had like metered internet, you basically just downloaded 30 gigs worth of shit to delete your save file. How does that feel?
Man.
It's a different studio did the PC port, as far as I'm aware, so I probably shouldn't be throwing NetherRealm under the bus for that. But, you know, ultimately, I guess they are still to blame as the people watching over that port.
Yeah, they shouldn't let that kind of shit happen if they care about their brand.
Were you reading through the Reddit thread? Because there was a lot of programmers that were just like, this shit is so dumb. Like, nobody should have let this happen.
I'm not surprised by that, that it shouldn't have happened. But,
that's a lot of data. I've never even seen an update that's 15.8 gigs before.
Twice.
Let alone twice in the space of like 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds awful. And also, another reason I'm glad I didn't buy that game yet.
I wonder if there's ever... Okay, I just realized that's a really dumb thing to say. I was going to say, is there a case to be made for someone going over their metered internet in Canada or something with a cap and then getting charged a bunch of money because they went over because of their shitty patch you didn't need? That's like a really bad idea for a lawsuit, though.
Yeah, well, they're definitely not for a lawsuit, yeah. But I'm sure that has happened. I mean, I'm sure that happened with this specific patch to at least a few people.
I'm just saying, like, that somebody would be pissed that now, like, they would want to get paid back for that shit because they didn't need to download it in the first place.
Yeah. Well, the contracts you sign, nobody
Contract
reads
from
them.
below.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody
Doubles
reads
your
them.
items.
But I mean, like, there are certain incongruences where it's like, hey, yeah, Time Warner Cable, we were down in your area for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you. We're still charging you for those days. And there's no way you could be like, hey, you should fucking not charge me for the 3 days which your service that I'm paying for went down.
It wouldn't be very hard either, since they're so big on, like, monitoring everything, right? Like, they know what's done per day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
well,
pretty silly. Like, if I had a service that wasn't provided for 3 days and then people were pissed at me, like, I'd have to do something about it.
yeah,
I think that's how that works.
That's how the world should work. But when you have a virtual monopoly, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't really matter. So,
Well, on the upside, we might all just be brains in jars floating in a 2D holographic universe that's projected atoms upon a 3D space.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well.
So you don't have to really think about shit like that. Shouldn't let it get you down.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't let it get you down.
You shouldn't let it get you down. You shouldn't let it get you down.
I think there's a dance song in there, actually.
Down. Shouldn't let it get down. Yeah.
Shouldn't let it get down. Get down. Get down.
Well,
down.
In positive news on that front, though,
Game front. Yeah.
they decided to disallow the Comcast Time Warner merger. So,
This time, Gadget. This time.
Well, yeah,
Until the appeals start flowing. Craft your noodle going.
it would be shocking if, like, that would be like the straw that broke the camel's back. I think
Camel's toe, even.
Yeah. Be careful at the beach. That's all I'm saying.
Don't break your toe.
People have photographers, like, cameras there, so you could be all over the internet tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, it would be like the straw that broke the camel's back. That's just like, all right, the government literally gives zero fucking shits about the people anymore if they allowed something like that to happen, because that would basically allowing a Time Warner Comcast merger, and not to sound hyperbolic, but I'm really not being hyperbolic. That would be undoing about 100 years of progress in economic reform by allowing that kind of a thing to happen.
All right, I don't know enough to comment on that, so I'm just going to take your word for it.
I mean, it's just like we fought after the Great Depression for like antitrust laws and monopoly laws and stuff like that. And I mean, a lot of it's already been repealed with like Glass-Steagall under Clinton and a bunch of shit like that. But then, and I'm just talking general reform. That's just been repealed. So I mean, if they repeal like antitrust stuff, I mean, they by allowing Time Warner Comcast to merge, that's saying like, okay, we've set a precedent. This is okay now,
right?
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, we already kind of set the precedent with the bailout when we allowed like,
Too big to fail.
six already big banks become bigger by absorbing 6 other really big banks, which I mean still is pretty fucked up, honestly. But I mean, allowing something like Time Warner Comcast merger would be absurd.
So the two things that jump out for me are, so there's going to be probably appeals, right? They're going to continue to fight this because they're not just going to give it up.
Maybe,
I'm sure they're galvanized and pissed as hell that they didn't get their way because they're big businesses and they're people and they have all the money, so they should get whatever they want. And the other thing is, there's going to be other options for them, right? Like, they're going to try and take it out on us in different ways. So, mandatory bandwidth caps for everyone, probably.
That is a thing probably that we're going to have to worry about in the future, yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. They already...
They'd probably rather have both, to be honest.
They already publicly agreed to not compete, which is super illegal. So, I mean, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, what's the government going to do to them at this point? The government is so fucking, in America, is so hindered, they can't do anything because they don't care to.
The Hindenburg.
So, like, Comcast is like, yeah, we totally agree not to compete. And the government's like, oh, that's not good. We're going to give you a $250,000 fine. And Comcast is like, oh, man, that sucks.
The reality is,
like, a whole 4 hours of our profits.
They're not even going to do that. They're just going to be like, we're going to argue for 6 years about what we should do to you.
Yeah.
That's the reality. They don't do things.
It's sad, man. It's really sad how the world works.
I like right now that I have unlimited internet. I like that a lot. I hope that stays that way.
Hey, look what's happening. I mean, I think I've said this very same argument before, but you know, Google's coming to town. Time Warner and Comcast.
They're coming to my town.
I think the Comcast CEO, I don't know who, it was one of those guys. It was Time Warner or Comcast. Said like when he went to give his deposition to Congress about like bandwidth caps and about net neutrality, he said normal people don't want faster internet. People are perfectly fine with how it is, so we should keep it like that. And the government was like, "Oh yes, you know that, you know, sort of sense."
Bravo,
encore. Like, yeah, totally. You know, fucking people don't really need to go faster in a car than in a horse carriage. We should just keep them in the fucking horse carriages. Why do they need to go faster and be more efficient with their time? I mean, it's not like all of human progress it has come through the expansion of our personal efficiency and the increase of leisure and luxury time. That has nothing to do with history. I mean, come on now. So, I mean, like, they don't give a fuck, and the government just, like, they're just pushovers. Although, Tom Wheeler... Now, here's the thing. We've had, like, 6 years of Obama with his FCC, and I'm gonna say it strikes me as very, very strange that suddenly, 2 years before Obama's out of office, we have these hard-hitting, you know, fight back against the ISPs. Tom Wheeler's like, fuck yeah, I'm the FCC head, you know, get over it and all this shit. Because, like, a new guy comes in a year and a half, 2 years. It's gonna be a new FCC head. Tom Wheeler's gonna have a cushy job as a lobbyist. Why would they not just repeal anything that he does in the final years? If they did something meaningful in the first couple of years, then I'd be like, okay, maybe this is their strategy. But for right now, it seems kind of like they're just hitting political points. But
to what end, though? Like, what does he gain by it?
You strengthen the Democratic Party for the next election.
All right.
If like, the Democrats look like they really care about your net neutrality and internet and all that stuff, then, yeah, they look good.
So you're saying he's looking out for his next position is really all it's about?
Well, not necessarily for him personally, but for the party.
Uh-huh.
So that, you know, the Democrats can secure another election. Probably. I mean, it's good political points. I mean, that's an extremely cynical look at things.
I don't know enough.
Maybe I'm wrong
there either.
I mean, hey, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and, like, legitimately... You know, they care about this, and they're actually trying to make meaningful reforms there. But the cynicism in me and Congress's very recent history, at least honestly over the course of my entire life, makes it seem like they probably don't give a shit, and this is just a political move. So, I don't know. But, yeah, what? No, go on.
The spin that I keep hearing, that I can't even still understand it, but apparently there are people who put forth this argument that if big businesses are denied the ability to do whatever the fuck they want, we're somehow anti-freedom.
Yeah, well...
Like, that's just jargon, right? There's no actual anything behind that.
Yeah, that's just rhetoric. So...
It doesn't actually connect to any concept other than an emotional knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
So why can that still exist? Are we not more mature and able to put forth articulate conversation pieces in ways that don't need to rely on that shit these days?
The problem is it doesn't really matter, because most people don't want to hear about all the technical mumbo-jumbo. They just want to know whether or not they could have a beer with the guy who's in office.
Yeah.
And that's honestly the truth about it.
That's why George Bush was so good.
Yeah.
You could beer.
I would love to have a beer with George Bush.
I wouldn't.
I actually would.
I don't give a shit about that guy.
I don't really like him, but I mean, I feel like, you know, he could throw a party, probably. Have a good time. Maybe we'd go out shooting.
All right.
I'd be into that.
Sure you would go out shooting, yes.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be into that. But like, you know, you see stuff like that with a Comcast guy going like, well, people don't want better speeds, clearly. And you have them in this market where they haven't been competing for years. And now suddenly, Google's like, yeah, we're going to give away the same speeds that you've been charging $80 a month for free, and then also we're going to give you a 1 gigabit down.
Right.
And Time Warner, who has contended that, like, oh, it's just not possible with the infrastructure that we have now. You know, they start rolling out packages for like me, that I have like 100 down now, and they're like, oh yeah, we've just upgraded your service. So, and like turnover in like less than a month of work for them. And then so it's just funny that not only does competition obviously work better for the consumer and why the free market is supposed to work, but the very threat of competition gives you better service. They don't even have competition yet, but they know Google's coming to town soon. It's gonna happen within the next, 5-10 years. So now they're trying to build up some brand loyalty, make people say like, oh, maybe I won't switch to Google even though they have better prices and services overall. Because, look, Time Warner gave me a free thing, but
they want to make complacency the easy option.
Yeah, right, exactly. And see, just the threat of competition. And then, it's shocking to me that people want to be on the side of non-competing businesses, non-competing markets, when it's like, that's how the free market works. It's supposed to be competition. Competition is good for the consumer.
Well, if you're against competition, you're against the free market.
Yeah.
So you're actually making an argument that's opposite what you actually intend to make.
Yes.
So like,
that's why I don't understand.
Self-contradictory points. Just fucking read your own
That's why
shit.
I don't understand it when people are like, oh, we have to support, capitalism. We have to support the free market. And then they have, like, anti-competition stuff going on.
Right.
It's like, that's not supporting the free... That's the opposite of supporting the free market. The free market is open fucking season. It's whoever makes the best product succeeds. That's how it should work. It's supposed to be the democratic, financial model. That's the point. You vote with your dollar. But now we have all this shit that, lets these companies get away with not allowing us to vote with our dollar. With openly saying they're not going to compete with each other. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
How does that fucking happen?
Well, money happens, that's why.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, it does.
They still haven't given us the upgrade that they said they were back in October of last year.
Oh, really? They gave me the upgrade.
You're at 300 down now and 20 up?
Oh, no. Did they say 300 down?
Yeah, 300 down, 20 up was what you're supposed to have right now.
Oh, I don't know, yeah. I mean... I know that they're suing Google, so...
Oh, that's good. That's definitely pro-progress.
Isn't that hilarious, though, that these companies can...
You scared us. We're gonna sue you.
Yeah, they want to compete with us. We're gonna sue them because they shouldn't be allowed to compete with us. Like, how is that how does a judge look at that and be like, oh yeah, we'll totally entertain this case?
No, but it doesn't matter if they entertain it. They're just wasting everyone's time, and that's the actual point.
No, that is the point, yeah.
And they would say that as a capitalist, society, we should have the right to waste people's time so we can gain the upper hand. They're playing as dirty as they can.
Yeah, no. That's exactly, but that is exactly the case, in case people aren't following. The point, they can't win a lawsuit that would stop Google to not compete with them. They're not going to win, but they can stretch out a legal battle over several years. So
I think they just look who they're up against and be like, fuck, this is a bad idea.
Well,
but it doesn't matter. They can just take that financial loss because they'll recoup it in the amount that they'll save by stretching out that battle, not losing sales to Google.
I mean, the truth is the knife is at their throat right now. It's like ship up or shape up or ship out, for them. Because...
ship out.
If Google comes to town, nobody...
Yeah, but who watches The Watchmen when Google comes to town, though?
Oh, no, that's a serious problem as well. I mean, replacing one monopoly with another is definitely not, a good system.
And it's not like Google has demonstrated that they're the ultimate benevolent source of all goodness.
Yeah, they have done some fucked up shit in the past. And yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm scared of that as well. But it depends on how these talks go with the FCC. Because if the FCC does rule, because they said in their thing that they are going to try to allow other companies to use infrastructure that's already there, because that's what's been holding back competition, is that companies simply can't put up their internet because they can't use the infrastructure that's already there. So if that changes, then we'd have lots of competition. and that would be good.
And I would say Time Warner's argument probably of why we can't have better shit isn't that they can't provide it, it's that they don't want to make the investment to upgrade their infrastructure.
They don't need
so they have to step up to get to a better place to even start to provide a better service.
Yeah.
They got to step back to step forward.
The thing is, like, right now, like, for me, if I want an internet connection that's as fast as it is, I don't have any other options. It's just Time Warner.
Mm-hmm.
So, why would they... It's like, there's a saying that a person will only work as hard as it takes for them to not be fired. And...
That's a shitty saying. I don't believe that.
Well, it usually is true.
I worked way harder than that when I worked in retail.
Yeah, well, but for the most part, it's kind of true. And in Time Warner's case, that's totally true. As long as they're not getting fired... As long as there's no competition, this is why I'm harkening back to this idea. As long as they don't have competition, they have no reason to upgrade. Why would they? They're still getting paid, and they get to pay less on their own infrastructure and bandwidth to give you the same shitty service that they've been doing for years. So, like, why would they change? There's no reason to, unless there's competition, or in this case, the very threat of competition.
Yep.
So. I don't know.
I hate that goodwill isn't just a thing that comes from people because it's the right thing to do. It's a thing that has to be done under the threat of something.
Yeah, but hey, it's better than no goodwill at all. So
I hate that.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it though.
I want it under the right circumstances.
I mean, yeah, but you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Why?
Because the world sucks and everybody's trying to fuck each other over.
That's what I mean. I want that. I want to not have that. I want the cake, and I want to not fuck each other over to eat it.
Well, it has
share
to
the
do
cake.
With, it has to do with game theory, really. It's like the A and B thing. If like even one person chooses A over B.
Oh yeah.
Like if
Least
everybody
common
chose
denominator
B,
shit.
yeah, if everybody chose B, then everyone's life would be improved. But if even one person chooses A, it fucks it up for everyone else. And of course, there's always going to be the one person that chooses A. That's just how it is, because they personally would get off.
It's like YouTube every day.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's that's how it is. It's shitty.
All right. Any other gaming news to talk about other than that?
They showed Magicka 2 co-op.
Oh, I played that. That was fun.
Magicka 2 co-op?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, when we were at PAX Prime.
Oh, okay.
I did a little Paradox demo thing with it and played with Mathis and Kate and Ryan for a minute.
Oh, that's cool.
It was fun. I would like to play that when that comes out. I'd love to get a co-op session together.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Audio Surf 2 is leaving early access this month.
I don't know why that's even a thing. That's a Steam game, isn't it? Like a Valve game. Or no?
No, Audio Surf?
It's not?
No.
They propped it up so hard, I thought that they had actually made it.
No, I think they just like it, probably. It was in early access.
I don't know how much really there is to innovate in that game.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a 2. Maybe it just looks better, which is fine.
Alright. Well, it's not really a thing that I'm super excited for. If it shows up for like 99 cents one day, maybe I'd consider it, but...
Yeah, it's alright.
Really.
You know what I want, Nick? I want an F-Zero-like racer really bad. That's the kind of racer that I really like.
I guess that technology behind it, the Mode 7 graphics is kind of a lost art, so I don't think a lot of people go that way.
Well, I mean, not necessarily like
mean
Super Nintendo.
polygonal
I just
style.
mean themed, like
Sci-fi, future, crazy, floating city
yeah,
shit.
like crazy future, and then also like inventive, cool tracks. Like a Trackmania-esque track, except without cars that look like regular cars. Yeah, I want cool shit.
I would be crazy confused if there wasn't such a thing that exists in several times over in the indie space. I mean, the Wipeout games are kind of that.
Yeah, but there really doesn't, though. I've looked. I mean, there's this one game.
There is. I just need to go find the title of it. I know.
No. I know what you're talking about, too. I've seen it. It looks pretty cool.
There's one I did a video of, and that one was good. And there's another one that's just a smaller game that they're still working on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about 2. I know about 1. 1 was a Game Jam game, and they're turning it into a full game. And it looks pretty good. It's got like a really like neon colors, flashy lights type of deal. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that's not the one I'm talking about. This one's less neon.
Okay.
It's more like F-Zero, but outside. Like, kind of just normal, but crazy tracks.
I might play some F-Zero later tonight, actually.
There you go. Play as Mr. Eid.
No, I'll probably play as
Big Bull.
James McLeod.
Oh, okay.
He always was cool because his race car was an R-wing modified into an F-Zero racer.
Oh, that's pretty weird.
Medieval Engineers enters early access adds multiplayer.
All right, that's what we were waiting for. I thought it had that when we bought it to play on the NLSS like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Wait, so it really doesn't? Because we bought it on the premise of playing multiplayer together.
It didn't, but now it does. So.
Why did we buy it then?
Because it looked pretty cool.
Weird.
Yeah, no, I played a little bit of it. It's not really a game yet. When I played it, it was really just kind of like a proof of concept kind of deal.
Right.
But it was it has potential to be cool. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I don't know if it's still playable. I mean, I think again it's probably just like a proof of concept multiplayer. I don't think there's much to do in it, but you know, it's still pretty cool. Also, this is something I got an email about this too. Have you heard about Orion Prelude?
If you tell me about some Orion Dino Crisis bullshit.
Dude, have you heard about this?
Go on.
Okay, so they sent me an email too, and they made a trailer, and the trailer is pretty good too. The trailer basically opens up where they're like, 2 years ago, we made one of the worst games ever made on Steam.
Yeah, they literally have to say that for me to even pay them any mind at all.
Right, and then they go on to say like, and, you know, we, the right choice probably would have been to just abandon the game, but we didn't do that, and we've been updating it for 2 years. And then they say things like, and now it's pretty good. And I saw the trailer. That looks pretty good.
You know what? I don't care. They had their chance. Nah, fuck it.
It's free. Well, I mean, the game's not free, but if you bought it, then all the updates are free. So,
well, I bought the shitty game, so since I bought that, I should get the new one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's the same thing. I think they've changed the name like 3 times.
Yeah, I think they have too.
Yeah. But I mean, if you already bought it, it's in your library, and apparently, according to their trailer, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that seems like a reliable source. I doubt that they have any conflict of interest in saying their own game's very good. Or pretty good, sorry. Misquote there.
I would be interested in checking it out, though. Because, I mean, you know, conceptually, it's fun. It's, you know, Space Marines, dinosaurs, whatever. Sounds like a good time.
I don't really need to shoot dinosaurs that badly. We got Killing Floor 2. That's a lot of fun. I could play that.
Yeah, that game's pretty fun, actually. Oculus Rift consumer model, early 2016.
Really, it's still taking them that long. I was hoping it'd be this year.
Yeah, I know. You'd think with the Facebook money.
Yep.
But, you know.
I guess they've got to market it in a position where all the other ones are going to come out, so they want to make sure they're relevant in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Although being first wouldn't be bad. Maybe they still are.
Yeah.
There's like 3 other ones, aren't there? So
yeah, Sony and Valve's are the 2 main ones. There's also Gear VR, and I think that's out already, the Gear VR.
I thought Nintendo was doing one too, or we don't know that yet.
No, we don't know. Nintendo hasn't spoken about it. Microsoft is, but it's, you know, weird, and that's going to take years as well. That's not
I feel like Microsoft have their heads so far up their asses they don't even understand what's happening anymore.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I have no interest in an Xbox One still, and it's been, what, like a year and a half since that came out?
Yeah, I don't have any interest in it.
In fact, I mean, nearly everything I hear about it makes me want it less.
That said, that's not our market.
Alright.
I don't know how consoles are doing.
Couldn't it be? Because, I mean, I got a PS4. Don't they want to compete for my dollar?
I don't think they care about converting PC players.
Well, I mean, I'm a console player. I'm playing Bloodborne constantly.
Yeah. But that's only because that's, like, exclusive on the PS4. If that came out on PC, you'd be playing it on PC.
That's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I don't think they're going to rush to try to convert people. And on top of that, I think more and more these days, companies are starting to learn that, like, hey, PC's market share is actually pretty good now. And people will buy shit because of Steam. So maybe we should compete on that market again. I mean, shit. Now, I know this isn't maybe super telling, but Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out on PC, which, I mean, there hasn't been... I don't think there's ever been a PC Dragon Ball Z fighting game. I don't think that's ever existed, actually. I could be totally wrong about that, but I mean, if there has been, it has been at least 10 to 15 years. So, like, you know, the fact that, and this is like a Japanese company.
Right.
They don't have a PC market in Japan. So, I mean, the fact that you see something like that, that's, you know, that's telling. I think
they don't have a PC market in Japan?
No, not really.
Where they play, like, all the MMOs in the world?
No, the culture doesn't really... Like, it's... If you play on a PC, it's at a cyber cafe. So people don't really buy PC games there. That's why Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls, was never going to come to PC, and then there was the you know, that petition to bring it to PC, and From Software was like, oh, okay, that's weird, sure, we'll make that. And then they did, and then it sold really well.
They only did it because Obama forced them.
Yeah, that's true.
What a guy.
Also, Jason Rower has a new game.
Which one is that?
Cordial Minuet.
I don't think I know about that one.
It's actually pretty cool. Gameplay-wise, it looks pretty cool. It's sort of like an adaptation of like a poker-like thing without cards.
Right.
It's fairly interesting, but it's a Jason Rower game, so you know they always
minimalistic and abstract and kind of strange.
It's already super minimalistic, but a Jason Rower game always has like one element that's like, oh, okay, that's why it's weird.
Yeah.
Here's why it's weird. You can only play it with real money.
I thought you were gonna say you can only play it once.
that would be a Jason Rower thing, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
But no, yeah, you have to play with real money. So when you're playing against other players, it's a 1v1 game. You have to put up actual cash.
Is that legal?
I don't know. That's actually what the article even says. Is like, I don't know how that works with the gambling laws, but I guess Jason Rower's gonna find out.
That's really a weird way to like either get a lot of reputation and like you know, accolades for doing something so ballsy, or just like lose all your money and get sued into the ground.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm sure he's thought about it, but it's possible that he hasn't.
No, I mean, it could be like he thought about it and he's like, you know what, fuck it, let's see what happens.
That's possible too.
Worst thing that happens is I get a shitload of press and then go to jail.
Yeah. That's a pretty bad worst case, I'd say.
Maybe he doesn't give a shit. I don't know.
Wait.
Suffer for your art.
Management update. What is this? Hold your horses.
My horses are always held. They're tiny. I can keep them in my backpack. Alright, Rob's loving a management game right now.
This is pretty cool. Frozen Cortex has a management element now.
So you can run a fantasy draft of Frozen Cortex and play sci-fi football in the future in turn-based real-time.
Okay, that's pretty cool. You can, like... Okay, I might actually dive into that game now. There's a management update.
Don't start this up with Ryan, because I can't handle this shit. Don't do it.
I think I might.
Play it offline, nobody notice.
I love management games. So, yeah. Also, ukulele. You heard about that?
Yeah, yeah, we never talked about that, because we haven't done Magic in a long time.
Yeah.
I have two sides to this coin.
That's fair.
On one side, I love Banjo-Kazooie. I can't really be too upset about a 3D platformer for PC, potentially. I wanted one for a long time. There's been very few. The other side, the fucking funding was through the damn roof just because it was such a nostalgia bomb.
Yeah, well, and then also it's all the rare guys working.
There's no proven concept here, and what's there is so derivative of the original idea. Couldn't they have just taken a few more risks with it? Come on.
Well, maybe. But also it is the old school rare guys. They wanted to secure funding. And it is that old school, you know, game designer school of thought where it's like, don't take risks, make what's...
I know, that's why it frustrates me, because everybody just instantly buys into it, and it's the same thing of, like, we don't know what we're buying into, we're just throwing money at it.
Yeah, but in fairness, there is an inherent, like, massive risk associated with making that type of game in the first place.
The bigger risk, I guess, would be associating yourself with the last Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You really think that's such a risky thing? I think just nobody's tried it, and once somebody busts the dam open, it's going to be like, oh shit, people still want those.
Maybe. I don't think those games are very easy to make, honestly.
Why?
It's like, well, because it's a,
We're talking about collectathons.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to. It's in 3D. I mean, most
They're
indies
largely
don't-
static environments. They're just sprawling fantasy landscapes. They don't even have to be that sensible. They just have to go somewhere.
Yeah, but you have to have like a pretty unified art style and story that is sensical and funny.
The story doesn't have to make any damn sense at all.
It doesn't have to make sense, but it's got to be funny.
Think about the story of Mario 64.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, that's true.
There
But
isn't
it was
one.
Still funny. It was. I mean, it's still funny. You got to make sure the game's funny.
It's funny? What was funny about Mario 64?
Oh, loads of things, like the different bosses, like their dialogues, like the penguin quest was pretty funny, Bowser's whole situation, and just the different, like the way the mechanics worked, how you jump off things and stuff, and fuck yourself over, jump off a mountain, all that stuff is pretty funny.
I never really thought about the tone involved in those decisions. I guess they are kind of important, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely important
Well,
in a 3D platformer.
They flow from the concept of something like Banjo-Kazooie being just lighthearted in general. You're gonna get those moments just because they continue that theme. I don't know that you really have to try that hard to make that happen. It's just part of the idea, the concept.
Yeah, I mean, it has to look good, too.
Yeah, but, I mean, just make something in Unreal Engine 4, it'll look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but I don't know.
Oh, as long as the textures are good enough.
Indies don't usually delve into 3D.
Do they count as indies if they worked at Rare? I don't know.
Oh
Also,
yeah, they do.
I don't care if they do or not.
I mean, they do. I mean, they're being independently published, so.
I guess what I mean is they had prior experience in AAA, so, like, can they go backward? Probably. I don't care.
Ooh, WWE 2K15. Is that coming out on PC?
Yes, it is.
When is that coming out on PC?
I've been getting emails about that game for, like, 2 years now.
Oh, really? Really? Haha.
I'm gonna play as Bret the Hitman Hart
When's it coming out on PC?
versus Adam Savage.
Mixed reviews. Oh, it already released. It's on PC right now.
Can you play as The Rock?
I don't know. Probably not. It released like a week ago.
If you can play as The Rock, I might be interested.
If you could play as your custom character...
Oh, yeah, if we did, like, WWF Attitude shit, that would be sweet.
That would be sick.
Warzone. The only wrestling games I've ever been interested in, because I love the character editors.
Yeah. No, me too. That's the only reason I would... Oh, they have the Ultimate Warrior in this? Okay, that's pretty cool.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know the Ultimate Warrior?
I don't watch wrestling, man.
I don't watch wrestling either, but the Ultimate Warrior is like the greatest man the world's ever known. You gotta watch him. He's on like at least 1 mountain to 2 mountains of cocaine every time he makes any kind of performance. He'll just like yell a bunch of things and none of them will make sense. And it's like you have to watch like
it's like
Ultimate
Rob Ford
Warrior.
wrestling.
It's insane. Like, and his outfit is ridiculous. Like, he's super fucking insanely ripped. Like, his muscle to fat ratio is like 0%. And he wears like, he like has like this face paint on that looks like a Native American thing, but it's always weird. And then his hair is all fluffy and golden, and then he's always just red in the face because he's struggling so much to yell as loud as he is. You just have to watch an Ultimate Warrior compilation. It is the most amazing thing ever. It's just his interviews. Like you don't need to watch him wrestling anybody because I don't really care about that. I don't really like wrestling very much. But that man is hilarious.
Okay.
He must have been on so many drugs.
Maybe that was the act.
Many.
He wanted to look like he was on drugs, but he wouldn't be able to sustain that for very long if he was.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Dota Compendium.
No comment.
I mean, it's pretty big. It's pretty big in gaming news. It's growing like 50% faster than it did last year, which is
people
crazy.
like Dota. Woo.
Yeah, well, people like hats is one of the main things.
People like Dota because they like hats. Or the other way around?
I would say the other way around. People like hats because they like Dota, and they want to show off their cool hats in Dota. We hope, anyway, I guess. But I mean, a lot of people were playing Dota before the hats were even implemented. Ryan was playing Dota before the hats were even implemented. So, but yeah, no, it's pretty big. It's got a lot of shit. It's got a lot of shit in it. And you know, a lot of people are putting forth a lot of money.
I don't entirely understand what a compendium really is, other than you get hats, and there's like a gold square that happens.
Well,
or something.
you get hats. That Enigma comic that I showed you the other day, that was a compendium reward thing.
Why could you show it to me?
Oh well, because you know it was for everybody. But the in-game item that you get from that they show off in the comic is only to compendium users.
So it was a reward for everybody.
Well,
but
the comic
needed
was
a compendium.
Yeah. The comic was, but if you wanted to get the item, it's for compendium purchasers only.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
the
it's
comic...
basically paid DLC that we make a big fuss over once a year.
Yeah, in a sense, it sort of is. I mean, also the thing about it is it goes towards the prize pool. Is the thing 25% of every dollar that you put in goes towards the Dota prize pool. So right now we're creeping on 7 million. So that means
it's very important that we pay these people more.
Well, yeah, I mean, esports guys, they don't generally make that much money. Now they are in Dota because of Dota, but I mean, esports guys.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. I'm just being dumb.
Yeah, that's like like why should Derek Jeter be paid $100 million a year while a teacher gets paid blah, 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 blah. You know?
Well, people could just as easily turn the argument around and be like, so why do they pay YouTubers? Fuck you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you know. But yeah, no, the esports, I mean, it's not easy. I will say, getting your hands on that $5 million prize pool ain't easy.
I find it weird that it's that much money, that's all. And it doesn't matter, it's not my thing.
It's a lot of money. Valve puts up 1.6 million to start, and then we put up the rest. So, you know, people. The International is a big event. They've got millions of viewers around the world. So, it's a big thing. You know, it's pretty important. Hopefully, the games are good this year. That's what people are excited about. Because I mean, there's so much to the esports in general have come so far since I've even been watching them, and I didn't start watching esports on Dota 2. I started watching esports on StarCraft Brood War actually years ago, and it's amazing. It really is amazing how far esports have come in just such a short time. So I'm pretty excited about it, honestly.
All right.
Oh, and then also Dota has the majors now. There are majors tournaments. There are 3 more major tournaments throughout the year. And they're big. They're probably going to have big prize pools too, so... You know. Dota. So yeah, that's pretty... I'm pretty pumped about that. Phantasmal... Shadowrun Chronicles... best tabletop simulator mods. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I'll read that later.
Did we ever talk about the Apple Watch?
No, because I don't give a shit.
That's kind of what I wanted to hear you say, because it's just such a stupid product.
I don't want it. I don't care. It's so...
I heard the solid gold one is like $17,000, so that's cool.
Yeah, actually, I read an article about that because the solid, if you want to buy the solid gold one from Apple, it's 10 grand.
What's the edition version then? Because there's a better one than that.
I don't know, but I know it's 10 grand from Apple for the gold plated version. But then the article was like, if you go to like some jewelry places, they're offering to gold plate your Apple Watch for $400.
Oh.
So you could save like $9,600 if you wanted to gold plate your Apple Watch.
I think it's actually like actually gold all the way through though, not plated.
No, it's not.
I saw it in a couple videos. They said that it was.
But that's first I don't think they did say
like
that.
The whole case.
Secondly,
And it's not just gold. It's like mixed with stuff, but it's not just plated on the top.
I don't know, man. I don't think you can do a lot of processes that require that like a computer requires with gold.
I'm not saying the internal circuitry is made of gold, just the casing of the outside. It's just not covered in and only on the top layer.
Yeah, so it's like gold plated.
No, the material is solid gold, but it's with other materials. Because otherwise it's too pliable.
Yeah, I don't know. Even if that is the case, what does it matter?
It doesn't. I'm just saying that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I think it's cheapos with the $400 gold plating. It could be the real deal, solid gold.
I mean, the truth is, like, if you're already a man who is considering getting a gold-plated Apple Watch, then I don't give a fuck about your life. So,
right,
they can all go suck it. I mean, I don't know. Why do people want this so bad? So they can be a Power Ranger?
I don't think anyone knows why they want it other than the status symbol.
It's the Apple thing. It's people just want to buy Apple products because they're Apple. Apple. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Apple sucks. I really actually don't like Apple products. Not in that, like, a PC Master Race kind of thing. In that it's, like, super dumbed down and hard to get through anything. So it's impossible for me to use. I don't like it. I don't like Apple stuff. I don't even like iPhones. I had an iPod Touch. I hated it.
I like
you know what's good? The Kindle. The Kindle is awesome. That's not because, like, I love Amazon and I really wanted to fucking, you know, suck Amazon's dick. Although I will say, after using this Kindle, I really like Amazon now because it's a really good fucking product. Whereas, like, on my iPod, I don't even know my goddamn password anymore because there's no option for me to say, like, yeah, I don't actually have any kids, so I don't give a shit about anybody purchasing stuff on my iPod Touch because that's my bad. If they fuck up that way, I don't want to sign in every time. But instead, they make me sign in every time I fucking, you know, press back on the web browser. Oh, you gotta sign in now. Do you really want to go back to that earlier page? And then now I don't remember my fucking password because every time you gotta reset your goddamn password, or no, they'll lock you out after 3 attempts, which is ridiculous, because it's like, how can I possibly remember? Because after 3 attempts, you have to reset your password. And if you reset your password, you can't use a password that was even any way similar to the password that you used within, like, the lifetime of the device, so I'll never remember the fucking password. And then I can't get into the fucking device, so I just don't give a shit anymore.
Alright, 2 things, though. Yeah. It's not their fault you can't remember your password.
It is their fault! It literally, the way that I just described to you, it is their fault, because there's no option for me to turn off the fucking password identification. I don't want it. Kindle doesn't have it. When I purchase something, because I put my credit card information on there. There's no one touching my device.
It's for your own safety, so if it gets stolen, they're not going to rip you off, man.
Is it really? Is it really for my own safety? Because people are going to break into my house?
I like knowing that I have to go through a layer of security before I buy something. I think that's fine.
That's great, and you can do that on Kindle if you want, but you don't have to.
I also don't have to because I can use my thumbprint to buy shit. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I know that's a thing. Yeah, iPhone 6, and I mean, frankly, that's ridiculous. But
why?
No, I mean, it's fine, but you know, whatever. Anyway,
I'm not trying to say I'm superior. I'm just saying that I don't worry about that issue, so it doesn't bother me.
It's just, it's why is it better that I have an option taken away from me? Why is that better? I don't see how that's better.
I'm not entirely sure that you can't turn it off.
I am entirely sure that you can't turn it off. I know you can't turn it off, because believe me, I tried. I mean, maybe new devices now, maybe they do let you, which would be fucking great, but hey, Apple, you know, fucking 6 years behind on that shit, if they even let you. I don't know if they do. But I know that they didn't, and it's bullshit. And then I can't remember my password because I had to fucking change it every time I want to log into something. Anything. I shouldn't need to... think about this. How annoyed are you when you have to sign into Twitch every time you want to fucking run an ad? It's pretty annoying, isn't it?
It's pretty annoying, yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. Every time I want to do anything on my iPod Touch, I have to fucking sign in, I have to log in with my fucking password. I don't want to do that. I don't have kids running around. I don't take my shit anywhere. I use it at home, and that's all I use it for. I use it for me. So, like, I don't need those protections. So I don't keep them on, because it makes my life a lot easier. Apple says no. So fuck Apple.
Purchases and in-app purchases always require after 15 minutes. So the best you can do, according to this, is you can enter it once, and then within 15 minutes of that radius, you can buy more things.
Great.
You can turn off require passwords for free downloads, though.
Well, that's good, because it used to be that you had to sign in for free things. Yeah. So great, yeah, you can do it for 15 minutes if you only want to purchase things within the 15-minute window. Fuck that, man. I can turn on password protection on the Kindle. That's nice. I would like to do that if I were in the situation where I'd want to do that, then I would fucking do that.
So, what I think about that situation is, I agree with you, that's annoying, but I think the real problem here is that you can actually not modify that stuff for yourself.
Yes.
You should be able to set up your UI the way you want it to be, and that's fine.
I agree. That's all of Apple. That's that's why I don't like Apple products, is because you can't customize shit.
You can jailbreak it, but it's like really shitty.
And that's like fucking with your system. And I did jailbreak my iPod Touch.
It ran like shit when I did it too. Like, it was too much for the RAM to handle.
Yeah, I did. It
was cool though. Like, you could do features that were really nice.
Yeah, that was nice. However, on my Kindle, all of those features I just have. Yeah. So like, you know,
I got it.
It's like that, but that's Apple's thing, is they take away things and then sell them back to you.
And little by little, they've been using all of the features that the homebrew community have been adding in through jailbreak.
Yeah.
So, like, they've been just kind of, like, ripping people off and then putting it in their product.
The only reason that the App Store even existed is because of the, I forget what it was called. I think it was called Citra or something like that. The jailbreak, the original. Something like that. Whatever.
Fuck, I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But that system...
Cydia,
yes. And Apple was like, oh, that looks pretty good. Let's make an App Store. So, like, you know, it's just... I don't know, man.
Like, the fact that you had to homebrew it for a while so you could make folders... or, like, get rid of a certain couple of apps off the main title page was just stupid. Mm-hmm. The newsstand bullshit, like, I didn't use that app ever, and you weren't allowed to put it in a folder.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Again, I never have to deal with that shit on Kindle.
But, like, they fixed that now. You can move it wherever the hell you want. But, like, why did that even have to be a thing in the first place? That's really dumb.
Excellent question. I mean, it's like the same question that you ask Microsoft for like Xbox One. Why the fuck are you bundling the fucking Kinect in there? Why are you doing all this
they
stupid
changed their
shit?
mind at least.
They did change their mind after they realized it was fucking shitty and stupid. But I mean, that's what I mean. In general, that's why I don't. Hey, I'll give you that Apple products look really sleek and sexy and cool, and that's great. But I've always been a man that prefers efficiency over style. That's always been me, and that's why I don't like Apple products. So I can't use them.
I don't know. I have a lot of discrepancies and issues with them, but for the most part, I get what I need to do done with them, and, well, I really just have the phone. That's it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want a PC, or rather, not a PC, I wouldn't want an Apple computer. I had them when I was a little kid, and I really hate the interface. It's really annoying to me.
Yeah.
It's too simple, and it's simple but complicated at the same time. Everything takes so much more work.
There's so many more
because there's less options.
Yeah.
And I feel comfortable with the PC anyway. And plus the fact that I can't upgrade
all the
shit
settings through everything. Yeah.
I like being able to, like, take out the graphics card if I want. And, well, I don't know, maybe you can do that now with the towers, but for a while that, like, everything was locked up.
I mean, Apple stuff is great if you don't want to bother with dealing with problems.
Yeah, but it's like $1,000 more for the comparable products.
That's true.
Isn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah, no. That is true. But the other thing is, and I'm sure this comment has already been written before I say this. People are like, yeah, but Apple doesn't have viruses. That's a bold-faced lie. And I don't know who's been slinging that for years, but it is not true. Apple totally has viruses, and Apple totally has spyware. And guess what? Apple doesn't do a great job with, supporting services that give you spyware protection. Because Maul's laptop, that she uses a lot, and she's been using for a long time, is filled to the brim with spyware, but it's incredibly difficult to get that spyware off there because there's not really great programs for dealing with it.
Didn't that happen when they merged with Intel or whatever, and they started putting PC-ready supply, like, chips in it and shit?
I don't know.
I thought, for a while, I thought they couldn't actually crack, like, the kernel of the Mac OS. And then that kind of gave them, like, a vulnerability or something.
Maybe.
Also, I am aware, by the way, that, like, there are very specific industry uses for Macs, for music processing, for video processing. They might even be the superior option.
No, they totally are.
And for the art industry, like, I was involved with exclusively Macs when I was in college. Yep. I didn't really like them then, but I dealt with them because that's what you use.
Yeah. No, they actually
It was always
are.
Annoying.
The same thing with film. Like, if you're gonna do editing, I mean, honestly, the best program is Final Cut. It's just the simplest. It works the best. It's probably the best editing program that there is, and it's only on Macs, so it is the best. So yeah, no, all the arts do stuff through Macs, which is fine. You know, whatever. I don't really do that much. So
yeah, if you want to deal with PC gaming, you're probably going to be dealing with a PC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just whenever I touch one of them, it just frustrates me. I just get frustrated. It's always that ugly, like, taskbar at the top. Ugh.
I mean, we have, like, an ugly taskbar at the bottom.
I like the Windows 7 taskbar.
Alright, well.
You don't like the Windows 7 taskbar?
I do, but I think that there's ways that it could be improved, and, well, they involve, upgrading shell stuff, and Windows 8, less so.
Okay, yeah, Windows 8 is garbage. And this is why I mean it's not like a PC Master Race thing, because I'm not, like, in love with all of Windows products all the time.
I could come up with something I hate about anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much.
But I won't use a Mac product, whereas I will deal with a PC product.
I'm worried about Windows 9. I hope it comes out okay. Or 10. Sorry,
Yeah,
10. We skipped 9.
Say,
Sorry. I know better.
Yeah, Windows 10. Yeah. I heard it's pretty good. You get a free upgrade if you're on Windows 7 or higher, so.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't always mean good things to get a free upgrade.
That's true,
it's a
but
whole world of new
this.
vulnerabilities to deal with.
Every other Windows OS has been good. If you're a pessimist, you could say every other Windows OS has been bad, but,
Yeah, it's a trend that's been a pattern by accident. I don't necessarily think that there's a reason for that.
No, but it's been a trend for a long time, for like 20 years. Like, Windows 95 was shit, 98 was great, Windows 2000/me was garbage, Windows XP was amazing, Windows Vista was the most god-awful pile of crap the world's ever known, and Windows 7 was really good.
NT in there somewhere, I don't really know where that falls.
I think that was around the same Vista era. That was like their prototype thing. And then then Windows 7 was fantastic. I really like Windows 7. I'm staying with Windows 7 for as long as I can. Windows 8 was, I mean, maybe the most blasphemous PC OS that I've ever seen in the history of humanity.
Exclusively because of fucking touchscreens.
Yeah, and
Apple did that to us.
It's Apple, yeah. Apple.
The iPad made them think they had to move into this market share or they'd lose credibility or some shit. And they disrupted the entire workflow of PCs as a result.
And I don't know why they did that, because the fact is, you can look at the trends, and Apple's market share is actually going down. Like, Apple controls a good portion of the market share as their own business and company, and that's great. But, like, all of the other PC products has been going up in market share, so it doesn't really matter. Like, they don't have to change to look like fucking shitty Apple with their awful tiles and all that nonsense.
They thought that the iPad was going to be the wave of the future and touch everything was like the way we wanted it.
Yeah,
it's just they were looking at numbers, not people.
Yeah.
I really refuse to believe that there's a lot of practical applications the way they want us to believe there are. I just don't like using my fingers to touch it.
Well, it's funny that you mention it, Nick, because as I'm looking at you in this Skype call, there's an advertisement on the side next to your face for the Surface Pro 3.
Oh, that's very surprising.
Yeah, so that's actually what they wanted Windows 8 to be 4, they made an OS for their Surface Pro series, which I guess they're already up to 3
underpowered
now.
laptops.
Yeah. Well, the new one actually looks pretty cool, but that said, like, I don't care. Like, I don't want a laptop. Like, I don't need a laptop.
Right. Why do they think we want everything mobile? I use my PC at home.
Dude, actually, I'm gonna put this in the description. There is a keynote speech that you're gonna watch after this because it's hilarious. It's something called, it's like a keynote speech for like, there's some brand they're trying to, I think it was Microsoft as well. It's like Born Mobile. They kept saying like, I was born mobile. They got like kids coming up and like, I was born mobile. I don't need this blah 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 blah. And they would be like rapping, and it's actually it may be one of the worst things that I've ever seen, and it's so funny at how bad it is. But yeah, that's what they think. They think everybody wants to be mobile everything. I don't want mobile anything. I want mobile almost nothing. I like my Kindle. My Kindle's nice. You know what's nice about my Kindle is I could be watching something on Twitch, and then I have to go shit, and then I open up my Kindle, put on that same stream, put it up on my wall in the bathroom, continue watching like nothing ever happened. That's nice. I like that.
I don't really need it to be that large either. Like, that's why I'm happy with my phone. I'm okay with that size of a screen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine too.
It's pretty damn powerful too. I mean, it does everything I need to do. It does the Twitter, it does the email. That's basically all of the internet right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does pretty good games too. From time to time.
I don't really care about that very much.
Yeah.
Every time I want to spend time with a mobile game, they just disappoint me again, and it's like, oh, more fucking stupid monetization shit.
You should get 80 days.
No, that's okay.
I've been playing it on my Kindle. It's pretty good.
Nah.
All right. People at home though, if you have a mobile device, get 80 days. What it is it's like an adaptation of Around the World in 80 Days, except you get to play the dude that accompanies the main character. I forget his name. I forget both the characters' names, but and it's pretty cool. Like you choose your like there's like 100 different locations, and you can go through the game multiple times and choose which path you want to take to get around the world within 80 days. And there's like time management and going to the buying some items and selling them. It's really cool, and it's very narrative based. So if you like story heavy games, then you'll like it. And it's fun.
I require very little in the way of mobile games. I rarely play them because they just drain the shit out of your battery.
They do, yeah.
But like Adventure Time Card Wars, I played a lot of that.
Okay.
I have Bejeweled 3, which is great for just wasting time.
Okay.
Ridiculous Fishing.
Yeah.
Need I say more?
Nope.
Plants vs. Zombies and Bookworm. You know, PopCap games are always great. Peggle, of course. I have Berserk Ball, Tiny Wings, 10 Million, Game Dev Story, Super Crate Box, Dungeons and such. It's like pretty much everything I need to say.
There's a good game called Pixel Dungeon. That's pretty fun.
Okay.
It's like a little roguelike. It's fun.
There was a bullshit Peggle Blast game that came out that I thought it was a new Peggle game. I mean, technically it is, but it's just their attempt at just whoring out the Peggle IP as hard as they could for like in-app purchases and shit.
Did they make it a first-person shooter?
They made it really dumb. I don't know how you can make me not like Peggle, but this is just such an aggressive way to market it. Everything is about buy something.
Mobile's weird, man.
Just fuck off.
Mobile's a weird time.
I hate mobile so much.
I
resent it now. Like, I just really hate the people that think all that games are about is ways to suck money out of you.
Yeah.
It's just counterintuitive against the whole point of why I'm interested in this industry in the first place. It's not to turn people into fucking money machines. It's to produce something that's qualitative and interesting and fun to play around with. The money is part of the exchange, but, like, it's not only the money.
This is why you should play 80 Days. There's 0 microtransactions in it. I think it's like $5.
Well, you're not going to impress me by showing me a game that doesn't have microtransactions, because that's why I don't play a lot of mobile games. Shouldn't they feel, like, kind of ashamed of the fact that, like, they don't feel their product is worth the respect of not whoring it out all the time? Right? Like,
I mean,
it
if
takes
they're
you out of the
millionaires, probably not.
Like, it's just, it's become so cynical, though. Like, there's no interest, then, in creating a product for the sake of a good product.
I feel like
just a gateway drug to money.
I feel like what I should if life were a series of GIFs, which knowing myself I would really love, right now what I would be playing is the Woody Harrelson crying into the stacks of cash GIF from Zombieland, because I highly doubt that, like, you know, the CEO of Rovio is having trouble sleeping in his futon made of $100 bills. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying he doesn't give a shit about you either. So, like, you know, it kind of goes both ways.
I guess.
He doesn't really care about, like, you know, a gamer that values integrity of a video game or something. You know, it's whatever. Not that I'm saying that, like, you know, the Angry Birds franchise is the most egregious and.
Well, at first, honestly, Angry Birds was not nearly the height of the problem.
Yeah, no, Angry Birds is actually pretty good.
It's pretty fun. It's just like they've made 100 of them at this point.
Yeah, they've made a lot, but even so, they actually they're one of the few that doesn't just like reiterate entirely. Like they.
Yeah, no, they did Angry Birds Space. They did Angry Birds Rio.
Yeah, well, Rio
they iterated entirely, man.
Yeah, well, Rio was a total iteration. But if you ever played Space isn't exactly the same thing.
It's the same concept, just less gravity.
Same inherent concept, yeah. But I mean, like, how different is like Call of Duty 4 from Call of Duty 5? You know, it's less different than Angry Birds and Angry Birds Space. So I mean, you know, I give them a couple, you know, one-up points for innovation, at least in a little small way.
I don't think they need any accolades.
And also, there's the Angry Birds, the pig thing. That's pretty cool.
The pig thing. That's the thing you fight the whole time.
No. They made a spin-off game where instead of like flinging birds at pigs, you play as the pigs, and what you have to do is you make like a rally car. Like a box car, and you basically get a bunch of parts, and you can build whatever device you want. It's up to your own creativity to try to complete the level, and it's pretty cool.
Why do you have a rally car?
I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what a rally car is, to be honest with you, but it's some kind of a car. Like, you have to make some sort of a device that can move with the different pieces that they give you, and you can roll it down a hill and go up it. It's pretty cool. It's, you know. It's a cool little.
So I thought you were framing it that you were going to play as the pigs and take on the role of defending the forts of all the shit they're trying to knock on you.
I don't know exactly what you do.
You don't do that.
Well, you don't do that.
You drive a rally car.
Well, you don't drive it per se. You just you build
it away.
You build
it's
a machine
physics.
that's gonna you build a machine that's gonna work on the physics.
It's a Rube Goldberg situation.
Yeah, basically. And I don't remember what the objective is. I think you get the eggs or something. I think the pigs have eggs, or you're stealing the eggs, or I don't know.
Well, maybe they're the eggs of the birds, so they can't hatch and kill you.
Yeah, maybe. It could be that. I don't know. But either way, like that wasn't even derivative at all. Like, that was its own, you know, didgeridoo. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. As far as game developers on mobile go, Rovio is not the most egregiously bad. Is all I'm saying.
I guess. I'm real tired of getting emails though about mobile games.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about them anymore.
Yeah.
I never have covered them. Never going to cover them.
I
know people don't. Well, like they're doing the best they can to reach out to as many people as they can. That's fine. I just wish I could like isolate myself from it because I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, mobile developers out there. I'm sure a lot of you have crossed over from PC or are going both ways, and that's fine. Just don't do the mobile stuff.
Hey man, if you make a PC port of your mobile game,
I have covered those.
Yeah,
I have done a few of those.
I don't mind that.
I just don't have a way to capture my iOS device, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
like, what am I gonna do with that video output? It's fucking tall as hell.
Yeah.
You're gonna have me with this fucking huge black bar on both sides?
Yeah, it's...
Or turn it sideways and then it's just gonna be really wide and not tall?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good thing.
If you can convert that to like 16 to 9, then maybe we could talk.
If you can put it on a PC, then we can
That's
talk.
Basically how you convert it to 16 to 9, actually.
Yeah. And you could do it. I would check it out. Frankly. I'd look at it at least.
Rob wants to play your mobile games. That's what he's saying.
I do. You know, honestly, like...
They get to the point.
That mobile, as a medium, is pretty interesting. Because you can do things with a mobile game due to your lack of tools. You know, necessity is the mother of invention. And I think a lot of mobile developers tend to forget that concept and try to just emulate the experience on a PC or the experience on a console by putting in all these different touch buttons where you can move. There's a D-pad and there's like A and B. That's the wrong idea. You have
to be designed from the ground up.
Yes, if you want to design a mobile game, make it make sense on a mobile. Make it make sense for the medium.
The thing is, though, the amount of limitations that there are on mobile as a platform results in similar games to some degree. You know, you basically have almost no controls. You're dealing with touch controls, which are inaccurate as hell. You've got to take into account the processing power and the several different platforms that might be quite underpowered, unless you don't support them, which you're alienating your user base. And you're dealing with the fact that you're potentially playing a game in tiny increments, so you're going to end up with games that end up functionally like Cookie Clicker, where they reward you to not play the game.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is, I respect somebody who's trying to play towards the medium, like Ridiculous Fishing, say.
Yeah, fantastic. That's one of the best mobile games.
That they designed a game around the concept of what tools they had. And necessity is the mother of invention. Like, seriously, like, there have been so many examples throughout every art form where, like, well, we didn't have these options, so we made something that is completely new. Fucking Ennio Morricone on the old spaghetti western movies. He didn't have an orchestra. He had himself, and he had to make, and he didn't have any money, so he just made up a bunch of all these different things. And now his soundtracks are some of the most recognized sounds out there. And or you know, the 8-bit video games. You know, when you're making a soundtrack for an 8-bit video game, you didn't even have 8 bits. You had like 1-bit sound, less than that. And that spawned this whole idea of chiptunes, which we still listen to today, and you know, things are still developing in the chiptune scene. So, like, you know, when they don't have the tools available to them, sometimes something new and beautiful is made. And sometimes that can happen, and that's what's cool about mobile, that I think a lot of developers seem to miss out on that idea and try to do something so ambitious in the wrong direction.
Or the complete opposite, and they're not ambitious at all, and all they look at it as like a way to cash in and try and copy something else in their own way before someone else does it.
Right, yeah,
which is just embarrassing to me. I hate that shit. That's what I hate about AAA.
Yeah.
It's just you can replicate something as one person instead of a massive development studio on mobile.
Yeah, it's equally shitty. So, well, you know, we're at 1 hour and 22 minutes, Nick. I think, you know.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we don't
we're
have
done
to.
Here.
Nintendo's coming on mobile. Fuck Nintendo. I just had to put one in there.
Oh, yeah, they actually... Well, there was actually a valid Nintendo thing. I think they're adding Nintendo properties to Universal Studios, is what I read today.
Whoa, really? Like, the park?
Yeah. Go double check it on Reddit if you want, see if there's details, because it was another one of those, like, Twitter headlines that I didn't really look into. I just saw it in passing.
Nick, I think I just felt my dick move.
Alright, you should do something about that before it attacks you.
Yeah. That's awesome if that's true.
Well, go look it up.
I would be super into that. That would be fucking sweet.
I don't care.
Oh, imagine being able to, like, walk around in Hyrule.
Okay,
yeah.
calm down.
Oh, dude. That would be so cool. Okay. When was the last time you've been to Universal?
I've only been once when I was a little kid.
Oh my god, dude, you need to go back. It's so
We already talked about it. We were gonna go see the fucking Harry Potter.
Dude,
shit.
The Harry Potter is amazing.
I know, calm down.
I don't even like Harry Potter, and it was so fucking good. And you know, they added more to that. I actually want to go back because they added more to it. There's like a whole other section now. And a new ride, too? I don't know exactly what it is.
The ride a hippogriff?
Maybe it's like Hogsmeade or something like that, or I don't know exactly what it is. But they added something completely new and a new ride, and I am fucking in that bitch. Oh man, dude, you have no idea. That ride is the best ride at Universal, by far. The best one they've ever done. Easy.
Alright, well here's the headline. So, Nintendo Land isn't just a Wii U game anymore. Nintendo and Universal Parks and Resorts said today that the two companies would team up to build Nintendo-themed attractions in Universal's parks, creating spectacular, dedicated experiences based on Nintendo's wildly popular games, characters, and worlds, according to a release. The move is in line with Nintendo's desire to bring in more money by doing more to license and exploit its popular franchises like Mario and Legend of Zelda. This is from Wired, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Good words.
Yeah, well, that's I kind of had to say it once I realized they were injecting opinion into this.
Yeah.
Universal has theme parks in California, Florida, Osaka, and Singapore. Nintendo said that specific details would arrive later. The company has posted its first yearly profit since 2011. It said Thursday. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Wii U maker reported operating income of 24.7 billion yen, or about 207 million on sales of 549 billion yen, about 4.5 billion.
Okay.
It's a slim margin, to be sure, they say.
Yeah, that is pretty slim. But, you know, they're profitable again. Unless they release this new fucking Nintendo NX console or whatever, so...
Oh, sales of the Nintendo 3DS Portable, that doesn't say the right version, I guess, were quite a bit lower than forecast. Nintendo originally intended to sell 12 million of the devices this year, but only ended up selling 8.73 million, down from 12.2 million last year. I assume they're talking about the new 3DS XL when they say that.
Maybe.
Well, this is dated today, so they wouldn't report on... Would they report on the whole DS line as a package? Maybe they would.
I don't know.
I figured they would just talk about whatever the current version is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, if that's their sales for the... No, that can't be. That has to be the 3DS, because the new 3DS didn't come out last year, right?
Oh yeah, it came out a couple months ago.
Yeah. So,
All
yeah,
right.
No, they couldn't possibly have sold... If they sold 8 million in, like,
I figured
week.
worldwide. I didn't know how fucking...
Still, though, that's a lot of units. That would be a lot of units if they sold it, like, in, like, a month on of last year, so... Yeah. That's surprising, too, because, I mean, they had Super Smash Brothers on the 3DS. I'm surprised that didn't sell more consoles.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Nobody likes Nintendo anymore, apparently.
I hope Star Fox is good. Please.
I hope it's canceled.
Good. If it's canceled...
Oh yeah, PT's canceled. Did we talk about that? It keeps going. It keeps going and going.
Yeah, no.
Konami's fucked. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, Kojima. Did Kojima leave Konami or what?
He either left or got fired. We don't know. They're not talking about it. And PT was the playable teaser trailer, by the way, not a game. It's Silent Hills is the game that's canceled. Before you crucify me for saying that wrong.
Yes, it was Silent Hills. Which, again, strange decision that they decided to call it Silent Hills instead of Hill.
I believe it probably tied into the story.
I would imagine
it's probably
so, yeah.
like a point of view thing that they wanted to say that there was multiple hills, because there's always been multiple.
Yeah, right.
They just never codified it, really.
Maybe you, like, jump between the worlds?
Yeah, it's a link between worlds, is the way they look at it. There's
I still want to play that game. That game
dead baby inside of a sink, and if you touch it with your mind, you'll transport to the ethereal ash realm, where there's giant women's heads inside your bathroom. And
kaiju, and robots fighting kaiju.
Is that even a real word, or did we just make that up for Godzilla?
No, they always said that in that's just the Japanese word for monster. Oh, okay. So, you know.
Fair enough.
It's their thing. I don't know.
You go to the phone, you go to the window, you go to the door, you turn around, you go to the phone, you go to the window, you go to the phone. It's hard to say what you would have done. I don't think it's as big of a deal as everybody made it out to be, because we never saw the game. We saw some vision of a game they wish they made.
It's the promise of a game, though. It's Kojima and Guillermo del Toro working on a horror game. That sounds pretty cool.
The Kojima name means nothing to me. That guy's fucking shitty. I don't like him. He makes weird shit that doesn't make sense, and then everyone gives him huge applause. It's kind of like what we were talking about before with Kanye.
Kojima is like...
Okay, maybe I laid it on a little thick just
I
now.
don't think he's Kanye. I'm not going to go so far... If you're going to call anybody Kanye... It would be
I got a little more riled up than I think I should have.
Kanye would be most like someone like a Peter Molyneux, I'd say, more than anyone else.
Kanye is a Peter Molyneux. Okay.
If you had to liken him to a game personality.
Kojima at least releases stuff that's pretty much in line with what he intended to release, so I guess that's that.
Yeah. But Kojima, I see Kojima as like the Japanese video game equivalent of something like a Wes Anderson or a Tim Burton. Like, his games are kind of like strange and weirdly out there, but there's like a niche that really, really loves them. And then to everyone else, it's kind of like, that's weird. I don't know if I want to invest my time into it.
Right.
So, I feel like that's how you would like it.
I'm sorry I shit on Kojima.
I'm sorry, Kojima God.
It was just the non-stop Twitter bullshit that made me say that, really. Not anything he did.
I'm excited to see what he's going to do now. I wonder if he's even going to work in games anymore.
Breathe in, now breathe out. Hands up and hands down.
Actually, as far as... There was one piece of news that I skipped over because we were ending, but and this is kind of related, another game developer that left their company that you would think would never have left is making a game called Mighty Number 9. It's coming out in September.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not out by now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're like... Do you know they're going super hard on that game, Nick?
Why?
So, alongside the game release, they're putting out a cartoon series on, like, Cartoon Network or something.
Okay.
Like, already.
But, like, as a marketing tool, not as, like, an actual cartoon series, right?
No, I think it's just, like, a cartoon series about Mighty Number 9.
No, like the way that Pokemon is a cartoon series about Pokemon.
Well, yeah.
It's to buy the game. Or, to, vice versa.
Yes, but, I mean, like, consider, though, that, like, this game was crowdfunded. So it's not
that's where I'm
exactly
going
the
with
same
that.
As... Yeah.
The fact that it's crowdfunded and they're using Are they using the money to fund the cartoon?
I don't know.
Because if they are, I don't know. Well, that would probably need to have been declared in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if you have the money to buy the artists to make a cartoon, right? You see where I'm going?
No, I know. I don't know. It's strange, but it's coming out, so that's weird.
God, I'm cynical.
Inafune, man. I don't know. I just hope this game's good, because I love Mega Man more than lots of things.
Right, that's why I said that, because I don't even really have anything against the property. I might even think it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I'm still picking it apart for some reason. I can't stop.
I hope it's good.
Watch Dogs 2, man. That's going to be the second coming of Christ. Watch Dogs 2. I can't wait to see trailers for it at E3, and I'll know exactly what it looks like. I can't wait.
It's going to look just like we said the first one was going to look, probably.
Oh my god, it's going to have such a sweet-ass lighting engine.
Yeah.
The cloth.
God.
Aiden Pierce, fucking A.
That is, like...
Such a good game. Such a good game.
Man, that's got to be... Honestly, I bought into the hype on Watch Dogs. I was so pumped for
so
it.
did I.
And I got... That's got to be one of the biggest disappointments I've had in video games in recent memory.
I just thought it was funny. I made my own fun in that game.
It's funny, it's just,
It's like, look, I embedded my head in that balloon because the clipping doesn't work. Ha!
Yeah. Man.
I like listen to the ladies talk for a while. They would just start looping back into their conversations.
You know, that was the most recent AAA game that I had high hopes for, and then it disappointed me incredibly, so...
Really? That was it?
Yeah, I mean, what other ones are there?
I don't know. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah!
That was a joke. That was a joke, and that was the
Funny
punchline
joke
at the
you
same
just
time.
made.
Joke and a punchline all in one.
I was gone on that series. I was honestly gone on that series when Brotherhood came out, and it was like, this is kind of diluting the brand.
What was that Steam one they released the other day that was like 2D side-scrolling Assassin's Creed?
Gives
like
a
Mark
fuck
of the
anymore.
Ninja?
Yeah, whatever.
Look, they're indie now.
They can go fuck themselves. But the when Assassin's Creed 3 came out, that was... I'm still salty about the disappointment that was that game.
We can't honestly go down another rabbit trail on Assassin's Creed. We've done it too many times by now.
It's so sad. That series used to be so good. It was so good.
All right. No, so it's over now.
I know. You opened the wound, Nick.
Yeah, I did.
You poured a little bit of salt in there. Remember
got a
that?
little bit of salt in all of us, to be honest.
Yeah. Fucking Ubi fucking shit soft. Whatever. At least they're making the Rayman games. Those are pretty good.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I guess so.
we're now like an hour and 30 minutes in, so
Right.
we should probably end this. Thanks for
All right.
watching, everybody. New episodes Mondays and Fridays, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Later.
Bye.